Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome back to a special episode of Thoughts of Leaders. With us today are all the executive members of the Islamic Leadership Institute of America. We have the founder and chief of academics here at Idia, Ayman Nassar, the president of the organization, Bahat Haraz, the head of outreach, Jannah Nassar, the director of the advocacy and public policy track, Alawi Masood, Adam, the head of research, the director of Idia's Youth Crisis Line, Zafar Nassim, and last but not least, Islam Haraz, who's in charge of fundraising. So, assalamu alaikum, guys. Thank you for joining.
Alaikum.
So, the first question I have for you guys is, what made you guys join Idia? And I know many of you guys have been here for like 3, 4, and some even 11 years. So, what made you guys join as well as stay?
I can maybe start this. I joined like maybe 3 years ago, almost 4. Alhamdulillah, it's been a really good ride. I've really changed a lot during this time. I'm really proud of my development during this time and Idia's growth during this time. And I hope to stay maybe 1 or 2 years. But I said that 3 years ago, so you'll never know how long I'll be here.
Alhamdulillah, I've been with Idia since the very beginning. And I just joined as like attending the retreats, going on the snow tubing and like Hershey Park trips. And then I joined the internship program about like 2-3 years ago. Alhamdulillah, it's been really fun and I've enjoyed all my time here. Inshallah, I'll stay for a long time.
I guess on my end, I've been like on and off, but I officially like started on, I believe like last year for like a lengthy amount of time. But like the way I started out was when I was around 14 years old. So that would be around like how old am I? Around 8 years ago, I would say. And I was approached to make a logo, right, for Ilia. And I heard about the opportunity and I did the logo and it was a good logo. And then I disappeared off the face of the earth for around 4 or 5 years, came back for like one thing and then come back again. Here we are now.
So I joined in the summer when quarantine started and I kind of needed something to do and I needed a job. And that was like, don't work for us.
For me, I call Ilia a one-stop shop for a young Muslim. It gives us insights into the lives of young Muslims, brothers and sisters. We kind of do pretty much everything for a young person except for athletics. We don't have those resources, but whether it's internships like Islam was saying, a job, or leadership training, hands-on activities, advocating for your community. So for me, it gives me an opportunity to kind of see the 360-degree life of a young believer.
I joined Ilia back March of 2019. And the reason why I joined was, I saw a group of Muslims that, cared about the Ummah and their community. And I felt like, I could make a difference here. So, I started working with Ilia Research and now it's, December 2020.
The reason why I joined Ilia is purely out of I guess the opportunity opened up to me. I know when Brother Ayman reached out, about like a specific opportunity, I was interested. So I applied. And I think it was a really big road for transformation where you came in as a student, was really clueless about what you were doing here, maybe just to fill out something on your resume. But then you really come to develop your skills and your skill set, learn how to do public speaking, learn how to apply for grants, learn how to make a tangible change in society. And I think that's what keeps me, tied or glued to Ilia currently, is that this is an outlet through which multiple youth can just come together, work together to solve some of society's biggest issues.
This ongoing health crisis has really impacted everyone, families, individuals, communities, organizations, nonprofits. So how has it impacted you and your work here at Idia?
I could say for Idia in general, it's really forced us to become more creative. And alhamdulillah, I think with, this hardship, there was like some barakah, and we started a series, so called Good Morning Idia. When this quarantine first started, I was kind of I realized that we wouldn't be meeting in person anymore and that the team was disconnected. And that's something that was really important for Idia, kind of bringing the group together and feeling the sense of, large group of peers who you can rely on. And so that's when we started Good Morning Idia, where every morning during the weekdays, the team gets together and starts their day together with some, motivational talk as well as coordination for what you're going to do for the day. And alhamdulillah, it's been something that's been going on for more than 6 months now, consistently. And with it, I see a lot of benefits. And at least personally, I see myself, still waking up early, still kind of working with my team and still kind of getting that jump start to my day.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with Behet. I think the pandemic has definitely caused us to be more creative and kind of think outside the box, like starting these interview series and things like that. And I think, like, personally, I think it's actually been a benefit for me because typically I would be in school and I wouldn't be able to work in between classes. But now, because everything's online, I get a 15-minute break between classes and I can log on, do some Idia work in between, and it actually helps me be more productive.
I mean, definitely the pandemic has made us all work much harder. Alhamdulillah, what we've produced by the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the last 9 months is probably as much as the last 5 years, I would say, whether it's number of videos, articles, sessions, internship activities. So it's just made us, get into top gear and alhamdulillah, do a lot more.
And so, like Jenna mentioned, how now with the pandemic, everything's online. She had more time to work on Idia. Do you guys think there are any other positives for the pandemic?
Our communications has the way I look at it is like we've gone up a lot. We started using Slack for our communications instead of just email every once in a while when we were focusing mainly in person. So now it's like daily communication and talking to each other and coordinating. So that's another positive, I guess, that the pandemic's pushed us to take on.
Alhamdulillah, it's good. I think we've started having a lot more like critical discussions. I'd say it's something I've noticed that, why are we doing this thing? Are we doing the best we can? All these things, and that's one thing I really enjoy about Idia. It's that everybody here, as far as I can see, can like speak their mind and really just say what they think, and I really appreciate that.
And the upcoming fundraising dinner has the theme of "With Hardship is Ease." Why did you guys decide on this, and what are your thoughts about it?
Talking about hardship with ease, right? There's this concept in Islam called fana, which means annihilation. And a lot of it comes from the fact that in order to become better with yourself and better with your relationship with Allah, you have to be able to remove some of the barriers with Allah, And hardship, even though it is a negative thing, helps with fana, helps with understanding what is really relevant in life and what is not relevant in life. Because really it's all a test at the end. Good things are a test, bad things are a test. And even if you mess up on tests, right, you use what you learn from that test in the future. So hardship with ease is, I feel, kind of takes on and explores this concept of fana, especially with this pandemic going on. People got COVID-19. Housing market is starting to collapse. Stocks aren't doing that good. I don't think the Ravens have a good season this year. What else is there? But like that being said, yeah, like understanding the current situation that we're in and applying it through Islamic values is a very important reason of why we're doing this.
So Zafir, what are your thoughts about this dinner's theme?
I think it's very applicable. I mean, with hardship comes ease. I think we can really all interpret the whole COVID-19 situation as a worldwide hardship. It's a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's up to us to see what we do with it. And definitely I think there's a lot of good that has come out with this entire COVID-19 pandemic, whether it's developing your own personal responsibility. That's something that I've definitely seen within myself, to understanding that there's much more that you can do with the time that you have at hand, and understanding that we have so much of this time now available to us. Now we can go on and tackle some of these issues that we've always been wanting to, approach, whether it's been, how do we increase access to, mental health resources? How do we increase accessibility to courses in, instruction regarding leadership that otherwise students before weren't able to do it because of restrictions? It's now a time that we can, branch out and actually put ourselves forward. And, inshallah, if we utilize this time to the greatest of its extent, then definitely we're in for a much more smoother ride or later down the line.
And maybe if I can add also is that I remember whenever this was just starting, it was the last day before universities closed, and it feels like a really long time ago. I was with my friends outside, and I said, like, yeah, it's actually about time that our generation, everybody on this call who's young, like our generation went through something, a global, crisis like this. It happens to every generation multiple times. And what's interesting to me is that going into this, I really didn't know what to expect. I'm sure I can relate with a lot of you. This is the first time that people our age have experienced something where the entire world is going through something like this. And alhamdulillah, I'm really glad to see that despite this, we were able to still make an impact, still grow every day, and still help our peers every day. Whether it's with the dorm service, getting people who need a place to stay, or youth crisis line to help people through this in terms of mental health support, and so on. And I think this really set the tone. And I hope that later down our lives, 20 or 30 years from now, when something else happens, we can look back at this and remember that indeed with hardship there is ease, and that you just have to find it and really take advantage of it.
Word Withering the Storm, we wanted to communicate to the community that alhamdulillah, our program has helped us see lesser of the effects of COVID. And alhamdulillah, mentally we have not at least sensed the impact so much. So that's the key message that inshallah we'd like to communicate on December 20th.
And why else would you guys encourage others to come out and join this event?
I think personally, I think it's really important for especially youth to come out and join. I know a lot of youth don't really fully understand what Idia is until they come and actually start working with us. So I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for other youth to come enjoy a fun online experience from the comfort of your own home and get to like learn Idia, learn our team, and see how you can potentially get involved.
I also say it's a message of hope, like seeing like, oh, there's still stuff going on, because sometimes, when you're just at home all day, it feels like everything's at a standstill.
Sometimes as young people, we don't realize the potential we have and the impact. I know one of our sisters just joined us maybe a month ago, and through her work, a few hours a week, we've been able to reach out to literally over 220 schools across the state of Maryland. They know about Muslims, they know about Muslim youth, they know about ours. I mean, just think about that, the huge impact.
Mm-hmm. And adding on to that point, especially during the pandemic, especially during this situation where we're stuck in quarantine, we're waking up in our house, going to sleep in our house, not going anywhere, having something to do and something you're looking forward to is incredibly important to your livelihood and who you are as a person. So Ilia is unique in the sense that we give youth opportunity to change the society that they're in. And no other organization does this. No other organization gives youth the keys, right, to do what they want to do and make an impact on how they want to make an impact. Because if you don't want to be bored with the rest of your life, come to the dinner.
So first, I just wanted to thank everybody that came out here and helping out, giving some advice to the youth and to all the parents watching this. And for everybody that's watching this, we definitely recommend for you to join us on December 20th at 3 p.m. for our annual dinner, the Withering the Storm with Hardship Comes Ease. It's definitely going to be a fun experience. And although it's online, we're trying to make it as interactive as we possibly can. And it'll definitely be a different experience than we're used to. So make sure to join us from the best seat in the house, the comfort of your own home. Hope to see you all, inshallah. Definitely join us. And if you'd like to register, you can visit any of our social medias or go to www.islamicleadership.org. Assalamu alaikum.